The first is Jennifer Rose, if you want to wave so you can see who Jennifer is. Jennifer has been a 7th grade global studies teacher for 18 years. She teaches at Helen Keller Middle School in Easton, Connecticut. She is a Fund for Teachers Fellow and a National Geographic Certified Educator. She has a BA of Social Sciences in Secondary Education and an MS in Curriculum and Instruction, as well as Global Studies and Education. Jennifer has been an iEARN member since 2015 and currently serves as a Global Education Ambassador for iEARN USA. She has participated in many projects, including Water is Life Project, Earth Stewardship, Talking Kites Around the World, Girl Rising, and Beauty of the Beast. I would like to introduce our student of the evening, Megan. I'm going to give everybody a wave. Megan is currently a sophomore in high school. She participated in the Water is Life project when she was in 7th and 8th grade. Global issues pertaining to water and other concerns continue to impact her life. After returning from a family trip to Namibia, the Okavango Delta, and Etosha National Park last summer, Megan put together a photography exhibit called Close Up Etosha and raised $500 selling hand-drawn cards to donate. Her hope is to help with animal research and improve efforts to resolve the water competition problem between people and elephants. And this all ties back to her experience in the Water is Life project, which she is going to share about today.
So I chose Water is Life. This is my first time with iEARN, and obviously I wanted to be successful. But what was really important to me is that the curriculum that the project laid out had a very clear outline of objectives and activities. It was project-based, and it was a very manageable time frame. There was weekly activities. The expectations were very clear, so I felt that I would be able to manage that with my students and we could be successful. It was collaborative, interactive on that global platform, as Rachel also noted, and it really fit into the school curriculum, even though the rest of the students were studying. So we do global studies. The rest of the students were studying about a different country around the world, but it fit into our essential questions. Students are expected to be able to answer, how does what we know about our interconnected world shape our beliefs and actions? So that was really, really a perfect fit. And then I also like the fact that even though it was on a global scale, the project asked that you look at it from a local level first. So all of the other schools were sharing a local issue and how it impacted globally. So that was really, really important. I think a real big feature of this project. So we studied the Long Island Sound and Connecticut rivers, but we're able to expand that to a global scale.
Hi. So in my class, we researched threats to Connecticut rivers like the Naugatuck River, which is especially close to us, and then also pollution in the Sound. And we found that the biggest threats to our water quality around us was pollution, waste, and overuse. So pollution surprisingly didn't just come from like industrial waste and like factories dumping waste into rivers or the Sound. A lot of it actually we found came from people's garbage to and littering, and also runoff, so when water would carry pesticides or fertilizer from farms or even people's lawns down to the water. We also took some community action in our school. We presented in small groups of 2 to 3 to other classes about the Water is Life project in hopes of raising more awareness, at least in our school. And then at our school also, we hosted like this advisory color wars. And so we did this thing in middle school where everyone is assigned a different color, yellow, white, or blue. And each different color is a team. So we would have different bins for each color at lunch, and whichever one recycled the most and wasted the least got ice cream at the end. So that was the motivator. Thank you.
So when I did Water is Life in 2015, there were more than 25 different 25 different countries participating. So Virginia from Australia, who organized the project, she broke us down into small groups. So in our collaboration, we partnered with Australia, Uganda, there was 2 schools from the United States, and Taiwan. And that was just really exciting to see how we treated water differently in different parts of the world, and yet we all treated had similar issues. Just, it's really dynamic learning about how different groups of people experience water around the world, and we were also interacting with high school students, middle school students, and elementary school students. So that was great.
About 2 years ago, my class went to the UN to present the research and activities of the Water is Life project. We learned a lot, I think, just from having to prepare for it and making the slides. We learned about communication strategies and just like speaking skills, making sure that we were talking clearly, like using hand gestures and stuff like that. And then also, like my specific slides or schools that I focused on in it were St. Mark's Senior Secondary Primary School, and they're in Mirabag, India. And I also presented on Saba School in Iran. And it was interesting just watching our presentation over and over again in class, just as we would practice it, to learn more about and focus on the details of what all the other schools did, because their final products were a lot different than what we did. For example, St. Mark's Senior Secondary Primary School made a parade in their city to advocate for the water quality in their area and protection of their water, specifically Najafgar Lake, which was near to them. And then on the other hand, we did our Color Wars activity, and Saba School in Iran even made banana filters for their water. They used bananas to filter out heavy metals from their water. So that was very cool to see. Thank you.